Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, and in today's video we're going to be talking about reminiscing about what it's like to be like as a learner rider in London. Now sit back, relax, grab yourselves a cup of tea, and let us get into the video. So ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing? I know the videos have been a bit sparse lately. Unfortunately my laptop has decided to shit itself, so I am currently trying to get a workaround where I can either get myself a new laptop or a tower PC so I can carry on making videos for you lovely people. That aside, I've also had to go back to using my old Ulanzi rig because the mount that I was using I somehow managed to break. Don't ask me how, but I did. And I've also had to sacrifice my pin lock today. Reason being is because it was fucking dirty. The reason why I'm doing a video about reminiscing what it was like to be a learner is because we have a guy at my work called Lewis, and bless him, he's not long past his CBT. And for all you guys in America who don't know what a CBT is, it's basically what they call compulsory basic training. And in the UK you have to pass this particular training, otherwise you cannot ride a motorcycle on the streets legally, basically. So with that being said, like I said, he's passed his CBT. His stepdad, I don't know how much of a good thing or a bad thing it actually turns out to be, but his stepdad actually bought him a 50cc moped for him to learn on, or for him to get used to riding, should I say. And bless him, today was his first day of taking it out on the road. Well, properly taking it out, shall we say. So I thought, you know, being the oldest one in the shop and being the only one with an actual full license that actually rides at the minute, I figured, you know, I'd help him out a little bit, teach me a little bit of roadcraft, and basically shadow him the whole entire way to, well, basically, if you guys are familiar with the area, I basically shadowed him from my work in New Malden all the way to Rose Hill Roundabout. Now, Rose Hill Roundabout is not the nicest roundabout in the world to be stuck at, especially on a 50cc scooter. But we got there. He did all right. You know, the boy did good, shall we say. Pardon me. Admittedly, he was a little bit shaky, a little bit jittery, but bless him, he's only 20 odd. So for him learning to ride, especially considering his stepdad has a full license, at least two people that he works with has a full motorcycle license, and he usually gets ribbed on by all the other members of staff because he's one thing or another. He's too timid, he's too scared, or whatever. So really this video is kind of a little bit of a dedication to all the learners. You know, all them poor little fuckers that have to go through a CBT, go through learning what it's like to be on the roads, go through having to be ridiculed for riding around with L plates and not being able to ride anything bigger than a 125. But I will be honest, for the first time seeing Lewis actually on his bike, he actually did okay. You know, like I said, he was a little bit jittery here and there, but you know, I'm not gonna slate him for that. At the end of the day, when you're learning to ride, it's always the first 6 months to a year of having your license which is the scariest, and then once you've passed that 6 month period and you've got your roadcraft up to a standard which is acceptable to most other riders, which is acceptable to most other road users, shall we say, then, you know, everything else is a breeze from that point onwards. And also, just to clarify, in the UK, for all you guys that live in Europe and America, I don't know how you guys do it, but a CBT is basically like a temporary license to allow people to get on the road. And you can ride on L plates for up to 2 years, I think it is. I mean, like I said, it's I don't know what the ruling is like now, but it was very different when I passed my CBT all those years ago. But like I say, you know, you live and learn. So basically, with this learner license, we'll call it, you get 2 years to ride either a moped or a geared motorcycle from a 50cc up to a 125. But there is a couple of massive caveats to that. You have to ride with L plates. You're not allowed to take any passengers, and you can't go on any A roads. So A roads in the UK is basically like motorways. You know, you can go on dual carriageways to a degree, but you can't go on proper motorways. So everyone's heard of the M25. You can't go on the M25 on a 125 on L plates. You can't go on the A1 on L plates. You can't go on the, I don't know, the M3. You know, all the big main arteries in and out of London and stuff like that, and motorways that link the top to the bottom of the country and so on. You can't actually ride on those roads whilst on L plates. It's a bit like if you've ever seen in any of my videos where people are riding around with green P plates. P plates are basically allows other road users to be aware that what's been made aware of new drivers or new riders. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I'm not being funny, bro, but the fucking ambulance is down there. What's the matter with you? Anyway, so bless him. I'll be honest with you, the helmet he was wearing was way over the top for the scooter that he's riding. I'll be honest, but at least it's a decent helmet regardless. So I can't, I'm not going to knock him for that either. He was using a decent textile jacket, which is always handy. I mean, if he gets wet, he gets wet. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, a jacket's a jacket. At least it's got armour in it, so he can't really. He'll be safe, shall we say? He was wearing a decent pair of gloves as well. I'll be honest, even better than the shitty things that I'm wearing. I think they were. I can't remember the model, but they were a Risha glove, Risha short leather glove, with some decent armour in again. So again, I can't knock Lewis for that. And more to the point, I'm not going to. And yeah, I mean, seeing the way he was riding and seeing how he was getting used to riding. Okay, it's a 50cc scooter. I started on a 50cc scooter, and look at me now. I'm on an 1100cc V-twin superbike. Okay, it's been, you know, 17 years in the making, but you know, if I can do it, and I'm not exactly the most savvy person in the world, then anyone can do it. And that's the thing that I try to drum into people when I'm at work. Just because someone says you can't do it doesn't mean you can't do it. It's like someone says to me, "Oh, you'll never wheelie that," but never wheelie your Ducati. You never wheelie it. You'll never wheelie it. You're right. I might not never wheelie it, but if I wanted to, I probably could. So you know, fuck you. Or as Randy Marsh in South Park will say, "Hey, fuck you." But anyway, I digress. I'm wandering off on a tangent here. People will mock learners, and you know, it comes with the territory. You know, you're gonna get people going, "Ah, he's on fucking L plates, he can't run anything bigger than 125, look at him, he can't do this, he can't do that, nah." You know, you're gonna get people that do that. It's you know, just part and parcel of learning. And if I'm honest, I think Lewis did absolutely fine today. Okay, this morning when he rode into work, he admitted to me that his parents followed him in their car to make sure that he was okay, and I can understand why. And believe it or not, I personally think he did okay. Obviously, I don't know what it was like for him this morning, because you know how it is when you're new to something. Like for example, you're playing for a new football team, or you're playing a new sport for the first time, or you're going to a new school for the first time, or whatever. That first day and the expectations are immense. You know, you put yourself under so much pressure when you're learning, and I'm pretty sure most people that I've come across and dealt with that have a full license and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure they've probably had the same issue. But it's not, you know, it's like with when I do my video editing, I am my own worst critic. I absolutely hate myself sometimes when I do my video editing, because I spend hours upon hours editing videos and trying to get it to look good and all the rest of it, and half the time it will come out looking good, sometimes it'll come out looking crap. But that's the thing, it's all about learning. The more you learn, the better you get. And this is something, again, like I say, I drum into my customers when they come into my work. Oh, I'm learning how to ride, I don't know if I'm going to like it, da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, if you don't try it, you'll never know. You know, at the end of the day, give it a go. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. Do you know what I mean? Nothing to lose whatsoever. I mean, okay, it may be an inconvenience that you lose like 80 or 100 quid doing the test, or however much it is. Like I said, I passed my test 17 odd years ago, so I don't know how much things cost now. But if you don't try it, like I've already said, you will never know. Personally speaking, I'm glad I did pass my test. I'm glad I did it. I mean, admittedly, originally I was looking to do my test because it was for my job. And I was told that I'd get more money if I passed my test and started riding to places, which naturally, obviously, as a 17-year-old or however old I was at the time, the thought of earning more money just by riding a moped seemed too good an opportunity to pass up. But benefit of hindsight, I am very glad that I did do the test. I'm glad I did the 3-day training. I'm glad that I passed the actual test itself. Okay, I haven't had the best of times with certain bikes, mainly Ducati. But I am not going to turn around and say to people, you know, you shouldn't ride. Do not ride. It's not worth the risk. When you ride a motorcycle, and I'm pretty sure, again, most people that I've ridden with, and most people that watch my videos, and other YouTubers will probably agree, when you ride a motorcycle, it gives you a freedom that you just don't get in a car. You know, okay, fine, you might get wet if it rains, you might get cold if it's windy, you know, you might get boiling hot if, like me, your bike runs up to over 100 degrees in temperature. But those things are all part and parcel of being a biker. You know, you learn to live with it. And like I keep saying, seeing Lewis ride today, it did actually make me feel rather happy. Not quite almost newborn baby father happy, but I was happy to the point where I was, you know, absolutely fine shadowing him for the time that I was behind him. When we were going through New Malden and up towards Stonecott Hill and all those sort of places, down by Merton College and all those sort of things, you know, I was more than happy to sit behind Lewis doing 30 mile an hour in first gear, making sure he got from A to B, or as far as I was prepared to go with him, to make sure that he got there safely. Call that being sad, call that being pathetic, call it what you want. But at the end of the day, I wanted to make sure that my work colleague and my mate got home safe, well, got to a point safely. And Lewis, if you ever watch this video, mate, you know, don't worry about what other people say, don't worry about what other people do, don't worry about what I do. You know, you just do what you do. You do what you feel comfortable doing. And I think you will be absolutely fine. You know, okay, confidence may be a bit of an issue for you at the minute, but that will come with time. Confidence and roadcraft will all come with time. All you need is a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, and a little bit of encouragement, and you'll get there. Believe me when I say this, it only takes one person to give you the encouragement you need to keep at it. And I hope, with the benefit of this video and the benefit of my words of sort of wisdom, I guess, I wouldn't necessarily call myself very wise, But I've been there, I've done that, I've got a t-shirt, do you know what I mean? And I'd like to think that either this video will help Lewis develop as a rider, or even help other people develop as riders. But as a learner, it takes time. It takes consistency as well. I'll be honest, when I first started riding, I didn't want to do nothing but ride. I wasn't interested in playing football, I wasn't interested in girls, I wasn't interested in computer games. It was bikes. Bikes. And okay, I don't think Lewis is that way inclined yet, but I think given time, I think he will do. I think he'll get to the point where he'll ride so often that it'll become second nature to him. And when that happens, it'll be a real eye-opener for him. I really truly believe that. And like I've said to countless of people in the past, and like I say to my customers, and like I say to you guys that watch my videos, you know, you learn at your own pace. There's no two ways about it. You will learn your own, learn at your own place. You will learn at your own pace, and you will learn your own techniques and your own skill set to make life easier for you out on the road. It might work out fine, it might not, but that's what life's for. Life is all about learning. And when you learn a new skill, or when you have a new skill set, it's always worth improving on it. I mean, if Lewis does decide to go bigger after his 50cc and get a 125, or decide to do his proper test and get himself a little 400 or 300 even, or whatever the hell the smaller capacity bikes are these days. So I'll be honest, I don't fucking remember. But the point of the fact of the matter is still the same. If you want to learn something, you'll learn it. Do you know what I mean? And riding a motorcycle is like like any other skill. The more you do it, the better you'll get. And I think, given the correct encouragement, Lewis will be all right. I truly believe he'll be fine. I just hope that Lewis doesn't make any, well, he's going to make mistakes because that's what we all do, you know, we're only human. But I hope he doesn't end up hurting himself in the process. I would hate to see him hurt himself, I really would. And like I said, I think he'll be absolutely fine on a bike. All he needs is a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of practice, and he'll be right at home. I actually think he'll be absolutely fine. And like I've said already, Lewis, this video is for you and any other learners that are out there that watch my videos that want some sort of inspiration or want some advice. And my advice to you will be this: learn how to ride, get the necessary skill sets, get yourself some roadcraft under your belt, you know, defend your road positions, take your time, learn what you need to learn, and you too could be one day riding something like this. Not necessarily this particular bike because I'm not selling it, but you know what I mean. I hope for the people that watch this video you get some encouragement, some guidance, maybe a couple of little words of wisdom here and there. Maybe I don't know. You might get some wisdom out of this. You might not. I don't bloody know. I just want to be able to give people the benefit of my knowledge and my experience to encourage people to get on the road and ride. I'm not going to lie when I say it's not easy, because it's not. If you've never thrown your leg over a scooter or a motorcycle or even a push bike, the first time you do it is always the most daunting. But believe me when I say, once you've done it once and you've got the bug, you'll be hooked for life. You will love it, you will enjoy it, you will cherish it. You'll make friends you never thought you would ever make. You will go places you never thought you'd go. You never know. If you're a lad, learning to ride could be the gateway to you finding yourself a girlfriend. If you're a lass, it could be your route to finding a boyfriend. It could be your route to finding, you know, that perfect someone that you never thought existed. You know, all these little things that people say and do, it all adds up. And believe me when I say, give yourself a chance. Like I've said to Lewis, give yourselves the chance and the opportunity to learn something new, to learn how to ride a motorcycle, learn how to ride a scooter even. Once you've done it and you've got over your initial fears and worries, you'll be absolutely fine and you will enjoy it from the minute you sit on the seat and turn the key to the minute you get off and get off the bike and go indoors. You know, you'll enjoy every second of it. I do. I'm sure there's hundreds of other riders that will agree with me. Yes, okay, there are going to be some naysayers that turn around and say, oh no, don't do that, it's boring, it's rubbish. But if you have the passion and you have the motivation to ride, you know, anything's possible. If it wasn't for my bike, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. If it wasn't for you guys watching, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. Having people like Lewis that I can impart some knowledge to, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. And as all, like I always say to you guys, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a channel. I really wouldn't. But for now, enough of my blubbering on. Like I said, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, drop a sub, even drop a comment. If you've got any questions, feel free to, again, put them in the comments box down below. And as always, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves, look after each other, stay safe on the road. And as always, adios!